Пожалуйста, назад отошли. Девушка, версию Базилия. Вы не идете вперед на игру. Пожалуйста, садитесь.
Merry Christmas to you too.
خلاص المهم هات على الجزء نحفظ لك اياه.
لو سمحتوا عرفوتوا للجوا اول على المتوال بعدين تعرسوا لانه هون مخرج انت بتسكن فوتوا على المتوال اول شيء بعدين بتصير.
We'll wait up. وين نبيلة؟ Exit from here.
Okay.
This is from 305 AD.
Okay. That's
Everywhere underneath. Everywhere.
let's have a word about the place.
548. This is
So the name of the place is the Basilica of the Nativity of Jesus Christ in Bethlehem. Let's start from where we ended in the shepherd's field. The birthplace took place in a cave where animals lived, and the baby was placed in a manger. You have seen how it looks like a birthplace. Here, something else. Queen Helen, or Saint Helen, built the basilica with the star over the, not with the star came later, but the location was built over the birthplace. And how did she know that this was the place? She based her research on the pagan temple that was built by Hadrian in the 2nd century over the Judeo-Christian shrine. So she came and looked for the 2nd century pagan temple, and it was easy to relocate the birthplace. And the pagan temple built by Hadrian was identified based on an early tradition from the Judeo-Christians who used to live in the place. So Saint Helen built the basilica in the year 335. In the year 529, a revolt took place between the Samaritans and the Byzantines, resulting in some kind of damage for the basilica that has pushed Justinian, another famous emperor, to build what you are seeing today. To build the basilica that dates to the 6th century. So you're standing on the ground, on the floor, that belongs to the 6th century Byzantine church built by Justinian, while what you see right there is the original ground of St. Helen, the very first church that is separated by 70 centimeters from the actual ground, dating back to the 6th century. Justinian built his basilica as a Byzantine basilica with the 4 ranges of 11 pillars each, 44 pillars, and on almost 25 pillars they have printed the images of saints, and they have added the altar that looks like an Orthodox cross, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, over the birthplace, because the original altar built by Helen was octagonal, as the very first Byzantine church is built by the Byzantines. So one point, in 614, as all churches in the Holy Land and monasteries, the Persians entered to the basilica to burn it and to damage it, destroy it. But when they have entered, the fathers of the church tell that on one of the walls, most probably the upper right one, there has been some mosaic works representing the 3 Magi dressed in Persian clothes. When they have seen the mosaic works represented at the walls of the church, they said, wow, stop. Our ancestors have respected this place, we will do as well. And this is how this basilica was spared from destruction. Which is to say that this is the only Byzantine church in use till today from the very first Christian period. When Islam arrived in the year 638, the Caliph, which is the successor of Muhammad, did not pray inside the basilica for fear not to have it reconstructed by a mosque later on. So he prayed outside. So in the 12th century, the Crusaders came and kept the church, and they added some mosaic works, which you cannot see because everything is under restoration. I was explaining to Father Mark that it's a blessing for the Basilica, because for the first time in centuries, the roof that used to let water penetrate is restored for the first time in centuries. The doors of the Basilica are under restoration. The mosaics are under huge cleaning process. Everything is done by an Italian family, specialized in restoration of churches from generation to generation. But all this process happened only for one reason, is that Palestine became member of the United Nations International Heritage Site, the UNESCO. And when they presented the case of the Church of Bethlehem as an international heritage site, it was accepted immediately. And neutral funds were given to start the restoration works. Otherwise, the Orthodox will not let Catholics pay for restoration. Otherwise, the Catholics will come and say, this is ours. Although, at a certain period of time, until 1804, the Basilica was under the Catholic control. And this star that you have just visited is a copy of the original star that was given by France as a gift, because France was the protector country for Catholic site, was the protector countries for Catholic sites in the Holy Land. That star disappeared during an incident. Some damages took place inside the church in 1804, and the star disappeared. We know who stole it, but we cannot say that they are the Orthodox. They were. The Catholics
329?
complained to the Ottoman authorities. The Ottomans ordered the replacement of the copy that you have seen, but it will not end here. Because of that star, the Crimean War took place between both Russia and France between Turkey and France against Russia in 1854. But nobody won the war, actually. But as a result, a status quo was imposed, some kind of a law, delimiting the time and place of prayer for the churches. So from 1854 till today, the Greek Orthodox Church has the main responsibilities as the manager of the site. The exit of the birthplace belongs to the Armenian Orthodox Church, with 2 altars that can be used by the Syriac and by the Coptic during Christmas times. The Catholic section is the one which is closed, but the Catholics still possess the manger. The chapel of the manger belongs to the Catholics. The star itself belongs to the Catholics. Because on the star, it is written, here was born Jesus from Virgin Mary, Jesus Christ from Virgin Mary, in Latin. And it's a Latin proof that the Catholic was here. This did not please to the Orthodox, but this is how it is. Since 1854, nobody can touch or change anything. So this has preserved the rights of the small, not influencing churches like the Syriac and the Coptic. And the Orthodox, the Greek Orthodox and the Armenians and the Catholics have the major rights here at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. So if you happen one day and follow some of the feasts that's taking place before Easter, you may attend some clashes with hands, some disputes between Armenian and Greek monks. This is because of the fact that one would come and clean the other sides without his permission. Something nonsense, but this is how it is. After all, because of a star, many lives perished, died during the Caribbean War. So, and to the left are the places where the midnight Orthodox Christmas Mass is taking place on the 6th of January. And we will show you the church, the Catholic Church, where the Catholic Christmas midnight Mass is taking place here. We will show you the Catholic section, which is built in the beginning of the 20th century, over the grotto where Saint Jerome used to live. Saint Jerome was the monk who lived for 25 years in Bethlehem and who translated the Bible from the original Hebrew version into the Latin version. So if you read the Bible in the English language today, this is because of, or thanks to Jerome, who translated the Bible for 25 years. He used to take the Bible by night, work on the translation, and by day he used to give back the original copy. So for 25 years. So lots of history in this place. Huh? It's something that you cannot find elsewhere. And even the Crusaders have chosen or anointed their first and second kings inside this basilica in the 1104 and 1120. At this level, we go back to the 4th century, part of the complex of the Basilica. This area, we had the monastery, built by Saint Paula. She came and built a monastery for Saint Jerome. It was a cenotaph or empty tomb right there. So you are within the place where Jerome lived for 25 years, where he translated the Bible from the Hebrew to the Latin version. And this place that belongs to the Catholics, we have 4 chapels. The chapel of Saint Jerome, the chapel of Saint Paula, the chapel of the Innocents, and the chapel of Saint Joseph. So those 4 chapels are here to help pilgrims to conduct masses whenever it is possible. So I wanted you to see before the mass starts. Have a look inside, and then you can sit in the main St. Catherine Church for a prayer time, and we can leave here at in 20 minutes. Take the time to visit silently and have your prayer time up, and we'll meet outside